Okay, well, hey, it's been a while, hasn't it? I don't know if I've done a walk talk, bike talk, any type of talk video in quite some time, but I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. So, hey, I just finished my first bike ride. Don't mind the hair. I just finished my first bike ride in well over a year. It was 2019, the last time I was on my bike. You know, we had cold weather, of course, in winter 2019, 2020. But then I got really sick. Some of you know about it. You know, I was misdiagnosed initially. I had an early bout with COVID, and wasn't fun. But the harder part was the misdiagnosis of my problem, which led to a medical procedure, which led later on to a really bad infection that could have been deadly, actually. And so 2020 was a mess for me physically. I was recovering much of the year. I was dealing with the onslaught of the pain and then the fatigue that came in afterwards. We had some other things going on, some challenges that cropped up. Challenges happen, don't they? So I'm not doing a woe was me thing, because you know what? I'm very thankful that I was able to get out today. You know, in my first bike ride, 15 miles, not the fastest time at all, but I got in my 15 miles. That's what I try to do when I do my bike rides, is get 15 miles in, and it was a solid 15. I felt good through the whole thing. But you know, I was thinking about it, what I was really pondering was being thankful, you know, having a spirit of gratitude. And I wanted to just reflect upon that just for a minute, and maybe this will help some of you, because I think it's helping me. Because, you know, we have a tendency in life when things start happening, when difficulties come, when, you know, perhaps people don't understand us, business doesn't go our way, the economy starts to turn, you know, gas prices creep up, anybody knowing these things, you know, and we can be despondent, we can be depressed, we could allow an emotional and mental fatigue to step in and basically hold us back from doing the things we want to accomplish. Or even yet, I mean, I was just reading my Bible a few days ago, Psalm 51, that amazing psalm where David, after being confronted by Nathan because of his sin that he committed with Bathsheba, you know, he recognized that sin and the weight of it and the guilt, and he was crushed, but he didn't stay crushed, did he? No, he didn't stay crushed. He said, Lord, create in me a clean heart. Create in me a clean heart. I'm going to move this over here because it's really shadowy right there. That might be a little bit better. Create in me a clean heart, oh God. You know, restore the joy of my salvation. Restore that joy. And I've been thinking about that on my whole bike ride. You know, I was out there just thinking, I really need to make sure that I don't lose my joy. And you know, during 2020, there were times when I was wondering, what in the world is happening? Why is all of this coming upon me right now? And then just working through it and dealing, you know, like David, even with my own sin, my own sinfulness, and recognizing that it not only is a sin against God, it hurts other people, and just dealing with all those things. But you know, I think we need to deal with those things. Obviously, we gotta get through it, but we can't lose our joy. We can't lose our hope. We can't lose, you know, our excitement for living every day. Because, you know, today I got out, I grabbed my helmet, I grabbed my gloves, I grabbed my goggles, and I got on my bike and I took off. And you can tell by my hair, that's what I did. You know, we can't put off that joy. We can't put off that happiness. We can't put off that gratitude. You know, I'll be grateful when I do what? When I will be grateful when the situation changes. I will be grateful when my business succeeds. I will be grateful when the economy recovers. I will be thankful when I finally see a change in my child that is just struggling in some area. I'll be happy. I'll be joyful when I'm finally unified again with my spouse, with my friend, with my colleague that I work so closely with for such a long time. Then I'll be thankful. Then I'll finally be happy. You can't do that, friends. I can't do that. I got to be happy now. I got to be joyful now. I got to be grateful now, because right now, today, I was able to get out and get on the road and do that exercise when last year I could have died. I could have actually died. You know, when I went, I had an emergency situation when I was traveling in Colorado, and I knew I needed to get to the hospital, and I didn't know exactly what was wrong, but my body was saying something is desperately wrong. I got into the small little rinky-dink hospital, definitely not rinky-dink, I shouldn't say that, but small hospital, yes, on the western slope of Colorado, and who would have thought that I would have been able to get the kind of help that I really needed right there? Who would have thought that I'd be able to be ministered to like I was and be taken care of? And you know, I stayed there a week. It was good. Now healing was tough and difficult, but you know what? They helped me. God used them to help me start the path of recovery, and I'm still on the path of recovery. It's still happening. But you know what? I'm grateful today, and I'm going to encourage you. Regardless of the situation that you're facing, regardless of the difficulty, whatever it is, because we've all got them, don't we? We've all got those difficulties. Whatever it is, be grateful, be thankful, be joyful. Remember, joy is not necessarily happiness in the midst of the circumstance, but joy is trust in God wherever we are, whatever we face, that He's got His hand in it, and it's going to work out for His glory and for our good. And so, friends, I hope that's helpful to you on this day that the Lord has made. Why don't you go out and rejoice and be glad in it? We'll talk to you later. Bye.